So, have any of you ever had someone approach you on the street asking you to sign a petition? We all have, right? Well, did you try to avoid eye contact? Maybe walk away quickly? I know I have many times. I'm usually in a rush, I'm busy, or I'm thinking, maybe this person isn't even genuine. Still, one recent Friday, I went to support my friend Lance here. On the 1-year anniversary of his Friday climate strikes, he's been out there for 57 weeks, mostly on his own. So, we set up shop on a pedestrian bridge near his home. We held up a homemade sign, climate strike, and we tried to get signatures for a petition asking the local estate management office to increase green initiatives.
Yeah, we were asking them to implement solar panels and composting into the agenda. Also, thanks for coming with me, Keilem.
Yeah, you're welcome, Lance. I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. Things are going to be easy for Lance since he's a kid. He's just a young boy. Look at that cute face. I thought people would be lining up to speak with us. Wow, I was wrong. People were really mean, and I didn't expect that at all.
These things happen, actually, all the time. But I'm used to them now. And despite this, I still get loads of signatures and talk to loads of people as well.
Well, I still think it's amazing you've been doing this for 57 weeks. So, Lance, how did you get started in taking climate action?
Pretty much that was 1.5 years ago. I started noticing Greta Thunberg after my mom showed me a video of her on my phone. She was talking about how there were only 10 years left to act. I was shocked. I couldn't believe this thing I had only heard once or twice before was so important and could affect my future so much. And I was pretty surprised that someone so young could cut through all the BS and talk about something so important.
Wow, Lance. So did that make you feel like you should also do something?
Definitely, yes. My mom bet I wouldn't do anything, so I decided to prove her wrong. I pretty much decided to organize a beach cleanup. I designed a poster, checked the tide, and posted it online. Left 1 day for advertising, and what did you know? No one came. So my dad decided, okay, we are going to check out how other people are doing it. That's why me and my dad got signed up for your cleanup, and that's where I met you, Keilem. How did you get started?
Well, for me, I got started in 2009. Wait, isn't that when you were born, Lance?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, well, anyways, that year I had just moved back to Hong Kong after living overseas for 10 years. I was hiking a lot in the country parks that year, and one day I just suddenly noticed something had changed. What happened to the blue skies I grew up seeing? And why was there rubbish everywhere? In the country parks and also washing up on our beaches.
So what did you do?
Well, I was a bit like you, Lance. I didn't know what to do, except I had to do something. So I decided to just organize some small beach and trail cleanups, mainly with my friends. Later in 2012, I decided to form a small NGO, Eco Marine, that I still run today. My goal at the time was to also help other people start on their journey of responsibility and connection to nature. Well, I didn't know what to do really, and I had no idea how to achieve my goal. I think that's why I felt a strong connection with you, Lance, when we first met at the beach cleanup that I organized last year.
Yeah, and then I told you about my zero turnout cleanup a few weeks earlier.
Yeah, I remember that really well. It brought back so many memories for me. I sort of wanted to cry a little bit, but of course I tried not to. It made me think back to the times when I just got started, and I organized events, and nobody came at all. So I immediately wanted to help you. I said, why don't we organize an event together, and I would try to help to get more people to come. And since then, we've been helping each other in our own unique ways on our own journeys. So Lance, what have you been doing in the past year?
Pretty much after I noticed Greta, it was Global Climate Strike Day last September. And I was really surprised that nobody was striking in Hong Kong. So I decided to take it into my own hands. I stapled 4 pieces of A4 paper together. Yes, actually, imagine that. And I wrote "School Strike for Climate Action" on them. And I just started walking down the hallway in my school.
Oh, I'm sure your teachers saw that. What did they say about it?
Well, you're right. Almost immediately, I was stopped and told, people come here to learn, so, well, they deserve an undistracted learning environment, don't they? It took them a bit of time to reason with me, but they did let me strike by standing in a separate room and also going out occasionally, holding my sign in recess. Since then, I found a different way. I have been striking before class on the days that there were school. On the days that there weren't, I've been striking in my neighborhood. And I've been doing it for 57 weeks. And even when I'm on holiday as well, I've striked once or twice overseas in Berlin and Taipei.
Wow, really? You don't even take a break when you're on holiday?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's this, bit of saying, let's just put it that way, among the climate activists, and that's the climate change doesn't take a break, and we don't either. So that's why I've been doing petitions, doing online talks. I've been talking to media who are willing to share the message of the climate emergency.
And so what is it that you're trying to tell other people?
Typically, when I strike, I tell people about the different aspects of their lives that could be affected by climate change. Say, if you're living very close to the water, or if you're living in Shimsachuli or Tunmun, you have a chance of getting affected by sea level rise. And when they see me, they're reminded of their part in shaping the world we're going to live in tomorrow. How about you, Keilem? I know you've done some amazing things in the past 11 years.
Well, actually, immediately after I formed EcoMarine, a gigantic plastic disaster struck Hong Kong when 2 big shipping containers fell into the waters. Each shipping container contained millions and millions of tiny, tiny pre-production plastic pellets. These plastic pellets then leaked out of the containers into the water and then washed ashore onto Hong Kong's beaches. There were so many pellets on the beaches that it looked like it had snowed. Tens of thousands of volunteers showed up to help, and I remember standing on a remote beach, working with over 10 environmental groups, coordinating the big cleanup.
Wow, that must have been quite a scene, wasn't it? Right? How did that make you feel?
Well, Lance, I was so sad because of the disaster, but at the same time, I was very touched and inspired by the people. I was still starting out then, and I wasn't sure what I was doing, and I was feeling a bit lonely, but that experience provided a lot of encouragement. I could feel the strong desire of the public to take action, and I felt that we were all in this together.
And since then, I know you've done some even more amazing things. Can you tell us more?
Sure. Well, things have grown organically over time. I mean, it's been a few years. Nowadays, I think of myself as a sort of starter, like for sourdough bread. Well, except for people, businesses, and communities. These businesses, people, and communities sometimes have climate change ideas, and they often come up to me because they're not quite sure about them. Well, I always tell them that they're excellent ideas, very, very worthwhile, and I try to help them develop them, launch them, and make them a success. I also connect them with other people that I think can help, and I try to promote their projects to the wider community.
Wow, so can you share some of these projects?
Sure. Well, this year I'm working with a farm in South Lantau that are reviving farming in Hong Kong, rice farming actually. And nowadays they're now ready to take a next step, and they plan to help conserve the adjacent coastline. They've done some work already by doing an ecological baseline survey. And what we're doing is organizing family-friendly events together, combining cleanup and farming. So our idea is to create a cleaner environment for the sensitive mudflat ecosystems. And we also want to introduce this beautiful, eco-friendly place to Hong Kong families.
Wow, I'd love to join those events. When's the next one?
Well, the next one's coming up at the end of this month, and I really hope you can join.
Nice.
Well, another project I'm working on is I'm working with a leather goods company that is using waste leather from the manufacturing industry that would have otherwise gone to landfill to create beautiful high-end handbags. Again, we are working together on some public events where we use leftover leather, actually the leftover of the leftovers, to hand make small leather goods. Our idea is to I ask the volunteers to think about the manufacturing process and consumption. We show them how much materials and work goes into making even a small item.
Wow, and wait a second. Don't you have a full-time job? Where do you get the time to do all this stuff?
Well, Lance, yeah, you're right. I have a full-time job. And it's a great question, and I don't really know the answer. But usually, if something makes it onto my calendar, it just somehow gets done. I try not to overthink it. I try to stay a little organized and just do it. And usually, I'm just helping people out at the beginning until they're ready to continue and grow their project themselves.
Well, Keilem, you've taught me so much about the practical side of things, how to influence and organize people to take action. I remember you taught me to give a quick speech at the start of cleanup and weigh the rubbish at the end. But the biggest thing you've given me is a confidence boost. I mean, without you telling me I could do this, well, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Wow, that's so sweet, Lance. But I've actually learned so much from you too over the past year. I look up to you because you're so brave. You're brave to talk to people that don't want to listen. I can't do that. I usually just speak to people that are already a little bit interested. It's good that we have different approaches, but I want to be more like you, braver.
Thank you, Keilem. I mean, I never thought I'd go this far when I started. I'm just an ordinary kid who started acting after noticing the climate crisis. Since then, I've been able to spread my message throughout Hong Kong and been able to see changes in the people around me. In 2050, I will be about 41 years old. I hope by then I could have created a great world that we can live in. And I hope if I ever have kids that they can still see the dolphins outside Lantau Island, the corals when they snorkel, Chim Sa Chui and Yuen Long still above the sea, and be able to enjoy Hong Kong's beautiful country parks in the summer.
I hope so too, Lance. And in 2050, I'll be almost 70. I hope that the story I tell then is that all the work we've all done together will have succeeded, and that we're living in a vibrant world where our children and grandchildren maybe will be thriving. So everyone, let's take the climate agenda beyond discussion. This isn't something we should leave to the scientists and politicians. Everyone can take personal action.
That's right. No one is too small to make a difference. And no action is too small to start with.
Thank you.
Thank you.